Hello everyone, this is Krisha Moeller. I just wanted to send out this quick video tutorial to anyone working on uploading curriculum to Buzz online. One of the things I showed you before was how to get stuff from the library into a Buzz class. This particularly relates, I think, to those doing core subjects like the English courses, but it's something I think that's useful for pretty much anybody. So let me show you what this is. So by default, when you upload curriculum or add curriculum from the library, it comes up as a link, which I'm not really keen on. So what I'm going to show you in this video is how to actually really embed it in there, which is going to be more useful so you can track students' time on stuff. So let me show you. So I'm going to pick a course, click on a course, click on editor to edit this course. Okay. Once I'm here, I'm going to add an assignment or an activity to this. So you see where it says add to whatever the name of the class is. I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to click on library right up here. So this is the library section. Now, you can integrate stuff you can add stuff from OpenEd, which is opened.com. There's a lot of free educational resources there. Khan Academy as well. So you can pull stuff from Khan Academy. And then there's also Learn for Life, which is our library. So if I click on Learn for Life, we have a bunch of resources that we use through Learn for Life. So for example, here are the collections, the English textbooks that we use. So these textbooks are actually available in here. Now, if I click on this, so I'm going to go through this content. Here's chapter 1, it looks like. I'm going to go through this one. Okay, here's all the stuff, lesson 1. Let me see. There we go, student edition. Student edition. Okay, so here's like a chapter, for example, or actually it's not really a chapter. Let me go back and try something else. Let me go to lesson 3, maybe. Okay. Let me try something else. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, so here's an example of like a reading that you would see. So now here's what I mean. So if I click on this, I'm going to click on this select. Down here, it gives me the option to link to activity or copy activity. The catch is both of these by default do almost the exact same thing. They just link to the activity. So watch what happens. If I click copy activity, it's going to copy it. It's going to input it in here. Close. And now I have that reading, right? Now this seems fine and dandy, but look what happens. If I click on this, I'm going to click on this activity and go to preview. Preview lets you see it the way a student's going to see it. If I do that, here's the problem. It'll pop up like this, like a link. So this is what the student's going to see. They're not going to see the reading. They just see a link to the reading, right? Which isn't very good. Now, if you click on it and you see this, the HRW key, don't worry about that. That's just, right now we haven't signed the actual contract with Buzz yet, so we're still waiting on that. When we have it, these HRW keys will be in there, so that basically lets the kid see the content without having to have their own account. So it's the same with like Khan Academy. So they don't have to have a Khan Academy account. They'll be able to in order to view the content, it'll basically log in under a special key so they can get the content without having to log in separately to Khan Academy and so forth, if that makes sense. So, but either way, it still links me out. So let me show you what this would look like if I don't go through the key. I'm going to go back here to go back to the library. So watch this again. I'm going to add this, go to the library. There we go, library again. I'm going to find something else. Let's just say like, I don't know, collections 12. Collections 1, okay, lesson 1, or lesson 2, I don't know. Okay, closed reader. Okay, so watch this. If I click on open and then preview. So preview will let you preview it and then click on it from here. This should log you in with the demo key. So now I should be able to see it. So let me show you. Okay, there it is. So see, now I can actually see this activity. So let me show you how I did that one more time. Basically, I just went, I keep clicking open, open until I got to an actual activity that I can click preview on. Preview, and then I click on the actual link that popped me open over here. So here's the readings. This is what the kids will see. Problem is, it'll pop open in a completely different tab. See how it's in a different tab? And this is an issue because now I can't track how long the kid is reading on it. Plus, it bounces them out of frame, and it's kind of uncleanly that way, so to speak. So if I want to embed this, here's a trick for actually embedding this reading as an activity. So whatever activity from our library you want to embed, you go to the link up here. So once you get it like this, go to the link, highlight that whole link, Control A is a shortcut, just so you know, Control A. Highlight that link and then copy it. So it's Control C or Control C for copy. Now I'm going to go back and watch this. I'm going to close this. Now I'm going to add an activity again. But this time, now that I have that link copied, I'm going to go to Embed Code. Embed Code. So I'm going to call this anything. Let's just say reading sample, for example. There you go. Now here's the code. There is a catch with this code. It's short, but you have to copy it exactly as it's shown. So let me show you. It's pretty short though. It's iframe. It looks just like this with this right there. So that iframe source equals this height, or let's just say width first. Doesn't really matter. It's 1,000. Height. Let's just say this. There you go. And then iframe. Okay. All right, that's the code. So let me explain what this is. This is called an iframe code, and this is how you embed things under the embed code section. Now, the catch is you have to do this exactly the way you see it here. There are a couple things you can change, but basically like the spaces, like there can't be a space here, for example, no space there, and so forth and so forth. So you want to make sure that it looks exactly like this. If you don't know how to do it or it's not working, just email me and I'll send you this link. I'll send you this code that you can use yourself. So all you do is this, where it says iframe source, between these parentheses, say I have these two parentheses like this, between that, just paste your link. That's all you have to do. Now be forewarned, you have to have that parenthesis, or not parentheses, sorry, quotation marks, I meant to say. So you have to have the quotation marks here and the quotation marks here, right? Now the width determines how wide this frame is going to be. 100% doesn't always work, so I just actually put in a number. So this will be 1,000 pixels wide and 1,050 pixels high. You can change these two numbers if needed. So if you need more space, if it's getting cut off, just make these numbers larger. If it's getting cut off, if there's way too much space, you can make the numbers shorter. I'll show you what I mean. But that's pretty much the frame that you use. So I'm going to copy this now. Copy. Click OK. And now when I click on this and I click on preview, watch what happens. Now, if all goes well and it works, it should open that up actually in an iframe. There you go. That's what it looks like. See? So now that reading is actually inside of Buzz. So now the student can go through Buzz and still do the reading while they're inside Buzz. The advantage of this is, aside from looking better than just having a click here on this link, it also will now track the amount of time the student spends on that page, which is nice. So now I actually know how long they've spent reading, for example. So this is what you would do. And again, once you have that code, let me show you. You can go back in and change stuff. So if I go to editor again, go back to the editor. If I go to edit this, click on edit. See where it says content? This is how you change or update the content. You click on show list. Now this actually shows me a bunch of different resources that I previously added. So I'm going to go ahead, the most recent one should be at the top. So I click on that. There you go. And it's going to show me my code, right? So I can actually change that link to something else. So I could change that to a different resource, for example, save it, and then I have to click on it once and then select it for it to actually work. But that's how you would update it, right? I can also add other things easily. So I can click on add, go to embed code again. I could add something else. I can say a second reading sample, right? Paste that code, and then again, just change that link. Make sure the quotation marks are the same. But I would just replace that link with something else. Inside of here, click OK, and there you go, and so forth and so forth. And that's how you can embed those library activities, which is better. On that note, what I meant about those numbers, so for example, if this is too wide, so let's say it's too wide or it's not wide enough, like let's say it was getting cut off, I can shorten or widen the width, and I can shorten or lengthen the length or the height, right? By doing that same thing I just showed you. So that's again, edit, and the one I most recently added, click on this, edit it, and I can change those numbers. So if I want it shorter, I would just make that like 900, for example, If I wanted it longer, or if it was getting cut off, I could make this bigger, and so forth and so forth. So you can change those numbers as well. Just keep the structure, the format, basically, of that code. And again, if it's not working, just let me know. Click on that, select, there you go, and then save it. And now it'll be a little smaller, as you can see. But basically, if you have any trouble or run into any other issues, just let me know. But that's how you can actually truly embed those resources, which is nice. So see, now I made it longer, so it won't drop farther down, and it's a little more narrow. So yeah, all right. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any other questions or run into issues, let me know. And yeah, take care.